Hi, this is Brett Miller, and I wanted to share my story of getting started in the software development industry without a college degree in an effort to motivate you, understanding that you might be looking to do the same thing, and perhaps my story could help get you fired up and get you on that right path. I was probably about 20, and I had taken some computer classes, and I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do with my life. School wasn't really for me, and I wasn't learning the things that I wanted. So I decided to take a programming class and give that a shot. And I actually just went to the local community college, and even though the instruction wasn't perfect, it was still good enough to really get me going in the right direction. But not only did I do that, I also bought a couple books on software development, and I started making my own program, and it was actually called the Season Simulator related to football, and it was keeping track of all the stats. So the way that it would work is I would get some training during the day, and then I would have my book to supplement me, and it wasn't good enough just for me to learn the material that they were teaching and take care of those rudimentary programming challenges. I needed to be building a real program because that's how real programmers do it. And I did this, and the Season Simulator changed as it collected stats about a football season and the way that it could function, and his team's record and scores that they had accumulated, and weighting the strength and everything. But I was so excited to really just try different things and reprogram things as I was learning. And I think those lessons those apply today just as much, where you can learn a programming language via an example that you dream up, something that you find fun to work on. But anyways, going back to my story, once and I'd taken a couple computer courses and spent a lot of time studying those big books and working through that material, probably about a year of my life before I actually went ahead and started applying for some types of jobs that would give me a little bit of exposure. So as an example, I worked on a help desk because I had some experience, fixing some computer issues. But one of the main benefits of that job is it allowed me to do some QA work around custom development that was occurring. So even though the job wasn't perfect based on what I wanted to do, it gave me that kind of foothold, so I had some exposure to at least doing QA work around the development. And then the next job came along, and the majority of that job was QA. And mind you, these are just contracts, so I took it for 4 or 5, 6 months, then moved on to the next one. But that next QA job gave me some exposure to actually troubleshooting some of the issues. And once I had some experience in troubleshooting, then when I would put together my resume, I'd really focus on that troubleshooting effort I did, so that I could let employers know that what my potential was. And mind you, I'm not talking about full-time jobs here. If you work through a recruiter, they're very focused on trying to help you find the right temporary employment situation for you, and it could be a great way to get your foot in the door. But based on having that little exposure, I was able to then apply for those initial software development jobs, and it wasn't even a junior role. I was able to attain a regular role. Now in the evening, don't get me wrong, in the evening I had to spend time really perfecting my skill, because there was demands on me to performing at a level that was very high and I had never done. So I think the way that I really did it was that I was passionate about the subject, and even I still have that passion. I mean, I love the challenge of programming, even though my particular roles in the business are very different. But I think these are lessons that you could look at yourself and say, do you have the drive, do you have the passion, the motivation, day in and day out to handle those challenges and those hurdles, and be a self-motivated learner, because there's so many great tools. Certainly it worked well for me. One of my first real programming jobs, I actually traveled on business. I was only 23 or 22, and I would actually fly to my client's location, which was amazing for me at that age to be flying on business. I felt like such an adult, if you will. But definitely a lot of long days, staying very focused and learning the craft of programming. And as long as the passion is there, I think those opportunities are even easier now, because there are so many tools out on the internet that allow you to learn the skill. But hope that that explanation of how I got started with my programming career helped. It was a great decision, and there are certainly tremendous rewards both in the challenge and the financial aspect that are offered. So good luck on your quest, if you will, and feel free to let me know if there's anything I could ever do to help.